Well, hello everybody. Today the Hangout is on the air, and my name is Catherine, and I live over here in Alameda, California. And we do these Hangouts every week on Thursday, and every week is usually a different topic, and we all like to give our advice or something on something that we like to talk about. And we're all in a group in a business, and we have this great team. So today I'm doing the topic, and it's on toxic people and how to get rid of them so you can live your dream. But yes, this is a nice group of people and on my team, and I love this team. So I'm going to go and let everybody say who they are and anything that they want to say, and I'll let them go out. Talk about them. So my first one is, I guess, Beck. You can go ahead and unmute yourself and say hi.
Hi everybody, my name's Beck Walker and I'm a naturopath, and my area of specialty is working with autoimmune diseases.
Thank you, Beck.
It's good to be here, thank you.
Carol, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. I'm Carol. I live in upstate New York. I'm an online entrepreneur, business person, and I live in the other half of the house from my spouse, Ellie, who will be introduced to you in a moment. And yeah, let's see what you've got to say about bringing positivity into your life. Thank you.
Okay, and Ellie, would you like to say something?
Hi, Ellie Walsh here, upstate New York. Yeah, I work online. I work with this team. I hope that Catherine doesn't want to get rid of us.
Never.
And it's always great to be here, so I'm looking forward to today.
Okay, and now Terry, would you like to say something?
Sure. Hey, folks. Terry here in Australia on the East Coast. Got my 3 boys, got 2 of them in the background here, so if you hear some sounds, that's them jumping around being lively, which is, for me, why I love, working online, so I can be home with my kids. And, I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm also a naturopath. I actually train alongside Beck as a natural health practitioner, so I've got a bunch of hats. But, yeah, who we spend time with and surround ourselves with really impacts our life. So it's a really important topic. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you everyone. So now I will talk about toxic people and 7 tips on how to get rid of them. Hopefully.
Sounds a bit dire, actually.
What are toxic people? Toxic people are people who resist, threaten, and sabotage any possibility of your getting any self-improvement. These people are like this because they resent your progress for a variety of reasons. Like maybe they think that you're going to not not be in their life as much. If you improve, and maybe they feel like their improvement brings out something that they're not doing, like their life is not being better. So you're showing them that they're not being any better. So they feel threatened by that. Or they feel threatened by change. Maybe they just can't take change. So they sap your energy, and they're called energy vampires. You know how the vampires, they suck blood? Well, they suck your energy and make it just hard to live in any kind of a self-improvement life. And let's see, they take pleasure in seeing others fail. Effects are more important than causes. So some of the effects of the people that are toxic are anger, resentment, frustration, cruelty, manipulation, and or a combination of the above. So you really want to get rid of them out of your life if you can, if possible. They could be your friends, family members, or even colleagues who are sabotaging any kind of your improvement or any part of your life. They'll try to bring you down with them. How to know if they are really toxic. Tolerance for toxicity, which is what the toxic people are, is relative to each person. Some people can deal more with having people more being toxic than others. Some But anyway, you have to get rid of the people that are bringing you down in order to become to do your dreams, or because they might say your dream is not worth it. So they'll try to bring you down and not let you do some self-improvement. True toxicity is the kind that infects and takes over your life. And classic signs of a toxic person. If you have anything to add while I'm talking, it's okay. You can unmute yourself if you need to. Classic signs of a toxic person are that they try to control you. People who tend to not be in control of their lives want to control your life.
Exactly.
Through overt methods or subtle manipulation. They disregard any kind of boundary put, and even if you tell them again and again, they still try to come back in your life. If you tell a person to stop behaving a certain way, they will just do the same thing, and that's how you know they're toxic. Respecting boundaries is not one of their things. So, and toxic people take without giving. Most normal people have a give and take. Some people give and take, and then they give back to the person. But they just take. And as long as you're willing to give yourself to them, they will keep taking, but they won't give you back anything. They're always right in their own mind, even when they're not right. Even if there's something definitely wrong, they will always find ways to be right, and rarely admit that they're wrong, or they're miscalculate or misspoken. They'll just say, oh, they'll just try to put it like there's nothing wrong with what they did. Toxic people are not honest. They're blatant dishonest. Not something like white lies, like everybody tells like a white lie once in a while, but they're really dishonest, and they love to be victim and find ways to feel oppressed, put down, or marginalized in some way, even though they're not. It might take a form of excuse or rationalization or blaming. And toxic people don't take responsibility. They will do anything to avoid it. Let's see, what else do I have in my paper here? It can go unnoticed for many years, but finally you'll get on. Hopefully the person will get on to that toxic person and will try to remove them. And it's very contagious. You know, the boss who gets mad, and then a person, and that person gets mad at their people that are under them, and the people goes home and gets mad at their dog. That's like a contagious kind of thing. So, okay, so how to remove toxic people? It's very important to get these people out of your life. It may be difficult and it may blow up in your face, but you need to get rid of them if you want to have any kind of fill your dreams or to do something self-improving. Accepting it won't be easy. It will be a process. When you tell a person, they may keep trying and coming back to try to push the boundary back, but you just have to keep telling them kindly that you don't want them in your life. And let's see, when you tell a person, they may keep trying to do the same behavior because they don't know their boundary, or they don't care about their boundary. They just think they're always right. It's really up to you how much or how little you tell them. When you tell them to get out of your life, it's up to you how much you want to have a reason why. So you don't have to give any kind of reason why you want them out of your life, but even though they may push you to say why. It's up to you how much or how little you want to tell them. I know it's harder. It's hard to tell somebody that's been in your life a long time to get out. You should talk to them in a public place, or so when they do, so they won't become belligerent. Some people will become belligerent if you tell them to do something like get out of your life, and they'll get all mad at you. But maybe if you're in a public place, they won't do that. But if they do that, then you just get up and leave. Let's see, and then block them on social media. Set boundaries and don't back down. Shutting down your email or other communication with them might also be what you have to do. Don't argue, just restate your boundaries and then end the communication. Consider writing a letter to yourself and send it where you're clarifying your thoughts and articulate your feelings about why you're telling this person you want to get out of your life, because sometimes when you're all stressed out from that person, you may forget, or you may wonder why did I say that again? So I mean, so having a letter will make you remember why you had to get rid of that person. And sometimes you won't need to do anything. You just stop talking to the person, and they'll just fade out. That would be the nice way, but it doesn't always happen that way. But what to do if a person is a family member? You're kind of stuck with them because they are family. But let's see. The family has a unique way of getting under your skin and directly influencing your thoughts, decisions, and choices. Best move would be to probably distance you if you can, move somewhere else, kind of far away, or emotionally, just don't talk too much to them. You may have to deal with them on like family dinners or something like that, but you don't really have to be pulled down by them on their toxicity. Let's see. And you might just have to interact with that person during those yearly Christmas dinner or something, or maybe you won't even have to do that, hopefully. Maybe they just, but you'll refuse to let them drag you into emotional pattern of toxicity. And ask yourself, what kind of repercussion would you get from other family members if you tried to get that person out of your life? What will the holidays be like? Can you realistically cut them off completely? Which is what you want, but family members, it's kind of hard sometimes. So just make sure you think about it before you make a decision, because you don't want to rush into something and then it's just, you just want to think about all the different things you have to say to the decisions you have to make about a family member. So anybody have anything to say? I know I went a little fast, but somebody have something to say that they want to add?
Yeah, I do for sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It's kind of it's kind of quite ruthless in a way, like it kind of the way. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. I just guess I think. I mean, I'm a very loyal person, and my friendships and my are very so important to me. And I think it's like us having our own boundaries can already do that, even without. We might not even need to communicate with the other person as such, or be so sort of, I need you out of my life. It might be that there are people, there might be that that's that extreme in some cases, and you have to kind of go, right, I just actually need to completely cut off. But it might be, like I love this quote, it takes two people to keep a relationship the same and one person to change it. And so just by us changing the way we are inside ourselves, just wait a sec, sweetie. I was talking and then I will help you. That just by us changing and having that sort of more emotional boundary inside ourselves around how we relate to them as such, or how we are impacted by them, that in itself will change the relationship. Like the dynamic, even if they try and do the same patterns that have been happening, it just doesn't impact us in the same way, and that it will actually impact the dynamic in the relationship. So
Mom,
I just
sit down right now.
Okay, I'll come help. I'll let someone else say something. I think it's often a big internal shift inside ourselves about, am I willing to be impacted by someone else's toxicity and their blaming, their non-responsibility, all the stuff that they're projecting onto us. If we make a decision not to actually be impacted or to take that on, then that creates a whole shift in the relationship already. And it might be, of course, we've got different.
Time back.
Okay, you go play with him there. Thanks, folks. Because we have different parts of ourselves, so there will be other parts of our relationship with them that might be really healthy, but in relation to us going for our dreams and them supporting us in that.
Mom.
Thank you.
Hey,
I'm just totally distracted. I'm actually making sense. Because it's like there's some part of our relationship with them could be very toxic, but another part could be really healthy. And so to acknowledge that there's different parts of the relationship, and we might need to say, no, I'm not going to engage with you about talking about what I'm doing in terms of going for some of my dreams. You just don't get it, and I'm not going to go there. But you might be able to maintain that relationship in a different way. So I just want to say it doesn't have to be completely like cut out of your life, but it may, in some cases it may, but it also might be that there's just some more subtle ways. But it's pretty important.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Sarah.
You're answering my question in a different way with a different form.
Yeah, you know, if I look like I was typing here, I was. There was a problem over at that page, the live page, and it's fixed now. So if anybody's over there, make sure you'll refresh. But I was listening, and some of this stuff was like, woo, okay. But I mean, that's more about. That's not just toxic people. That a lot of those tactics are for people that abuse you. Right, there's a big difference. I think there's a big difference. Obviously, people that abuse you are toxic, but if you're being, and I'm not just even meaning physically abused, if you're being emotionally and mentally abused, then I'm like, yeah, you better get rid of those people out of your life, all right? And that's not normally a word I say, get rid of people.
Right.
So what I'm really aware of is this levels of that, and as Cherry was saying, there are people that are like really good with you in some areas of your life, and then there's some other spots for whatever reasons they have. I don't disagree with a lot of those reasons. People are afraid you're going to change. People just don't get what you're doing, you know. So, but here's what I found. I never really had to tell any of them to go away. All right? As I changed, they stepped away. They really did. And that's a vibration. Even family members. So when they don't call me anymore, when they're in their stuff of, you know, they're going to like complain or tell me I'm crazy or whatever, all right? Like, why you do it? You know, they don't get me. They don't get me, all right? You know, and I have friends who don't get me. But obviously they're not real good friends. There's just, you know, different relationships in there. So I never had to tell anybody go away. I just continued to work on me. And as I worked on me and got me more positive, all right, that those other people, some of them really did drift away. I have very, very little contact with them. And some of them, it's a here and there, all right? But when they're in their negative roles, it's amazing. They don't call Ellie anymore. But that tells me something. That then tells me I needed to own responsibility for my own vibration. Because if I got this person that's bitching and moaning and complaining, I got some kind of vibration about bitching, moaning, and complaining. You know, so not everybody likes hearing that, what I'm saying right now, but, you know, that's what I have found in my life, that as I claimed me and my positivity, all right, more positive stuff, even from those people, shows up in my life. So it's a great thanks for, and Terry, thank you for bringing out what you brought out.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm listening to what everybody's saying, and I can't disagree with anybody, really. I think Terry brought out some good points. You laid a solid foundation there, and what you were saying, Catherine, and Ellie, you also brought out excellent points about the vibration thing, which is one of the questions that comes to my mind, first of all, and that is, why are these people in my life in the first place? What, you know, how did they get there? What am I doing, saying, thinking that's attracting them? But I really don't, I can't say that I have a lot of people like that in my life. The one thing that I can say, my brother, I love him dearly and whatever, but he loves to nudge me with politics. We're about as opposite on the spectrum as you could possibly be as far as politics is concerned. And like a fool, I used to listen to him on the phone we don't live near each other, so whatever conversations we have are on the phone. I used to listen to him and argue with him and blah, blah, and then all of a sudden one day I just said to him, I don't get into that anymore, so no sense even talking about it. And that was the end of that. All those times I wasted just arguing and whatever was so foolish on my part. And sometimes I think he does it just to nudge me a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I have to pick up on what Ellie said, and that is, for the most part, people don't. I don't know. People don't bug me too much as far as what they're saying. Nobody ever criticizes what I'm doing, and if they did, I really wouldn't care too much. It would just go right off my back.
That's good.
I'm just thinking, as I'm talking about that. I don't know. I guess that's about all I have to say.
Anybody else have anything to say, Beck or Chris?
Yeah, I'll jump in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great to hear everybody's perspective on it, and just reflecting for myself, I think it's that similar thing of when I feel that kind of toxic energy in the people around me. It has always made me think about the way that I am being with myself. I feel like when I'm attracting and allowing those people in my life, it definitely has shown me, and especially about this idea of my self-respect and my self-love. I think that it kind of reflects some aspect of myself, and by being aware of that and working on that, then naturally those people do fade away, and absolutely by needing to make stronger boundaries around that. But I think that really starts from that internal space of me having just that recognition.
Hello.
Looks like she got stuck.
Like her smile. Okay. Oh well, maybe she'll come back.
Yeah, the love and respect can really.
Okay.
My internet isn't that great. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. There. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there, Beck, about your own self-respect and self-love, and how much you allow into your space. And just out of your own self-respect, sometimes it's not difficult to set limits if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anybody else? I haven't had I haven't had very many friends that I've had to. I've been really good about having good friends that I haven't had to kick out. They're not toxic, so I really haven't had to do any of that. But I've heard that a lot of people, some people do have people that they need to get rid of in their life because they're pulling them down and they're not doing any good. So. But I've been lucky. I've had, and all of you guys, don't worry. I'm still keeping you. So, but anyway, so I just thought it's an interesting topic to talk about, even though I haven't had to do any of what I've talked about. But that's good. So all my friends have been nice friends, and they've done for what they need to do. So they haven't overcome the boundary that they weren't supposed to. So, or even family. I've been lucky with that. So family's been pretty good too. I haven't had to kick any out or get rid of them. So, but anyway, anybody else have anything before we say the last?
Yeah, I just want to jump in here again because I've heard that saying. What do they call it? Energy vampires. Again, I don't like that, okay? Because we're putting the blame on other people.
Well,
And I need to take responsibility for my own life. I just do. So, you know, and Beck hit on it now too, and, you know, Terry and Carol, you know, if I don't have self-respect for myself, I'm not going to get self-respect from somebody else, and self-love. And so it really comes down to, you know, I think the saying is we teach other people how to treat us.
Yes, that's true.
So,
I've heard that.
you know, how we're treating ourselves and how we're treating others, and what we allow them to do. You know, so, I mean, I haven't had abusive people in my life, but I've had people that would tell me, oh, that's not going to work, and why are you doing that, and you should do this. And you know what, to me, that's a toxic vibe, because you're trying to limit me. Again, not toxic, but you're trying to limit me. But as I stepped into my own self-confidence, those people really didn't go away. They just don't come at me with that stuff anymore. So they haven't yet said, oh, I believe in you, okay? But they start saying, oh, that's not going to work. Why are you doing that? That's stupid. You know, they don't say that. So then there's this, okay, relationship. I don't hate them, and they're not toxic and other things in my life. There are some people who they're actually almost trying to protect you, all right? And in essence, they could steal your dream if you let them. They're saying that thing doesn't work, and why you're doing that, you were never good in that. You know, they tell you what you're good and not good in. And if you let them, that will steal your dream. So that's where you have to build the self-confidence, you know, and the self-knowing and the self-love and the self-respect, and don't let your dream be stolen. And those people usually get quiet as you step more and more into who you are. So I think that's a big, big point to make, that stop blaming them. Again, if you're being abused, get out of the situation right away. That's my feeling, okay? But don't, you know, if just people are annoying or not believing in you, stop blaming them and look at, gee, what it is about me, what kind of vibration I'm putting out there. So I'm going to do some work on me, and I'm going to limit my time hanging out with them as I'm doing work on me. That's my 2.5.
Anybody have anything else to say before we put down? I mean, we stop this broadcast. Oh, I guess not. Okay, well, if you like what you hear, you can come back every Thursday. We have a different topic and a different person talking, and this is a wonderful group of people. We have more people in our group than we do here, but on these hangouts, there's usually maybe about 6 or it might be 10 sometimes. So, but we have people from all over the place, as you can tell, all Australia, and we got some from New York and from California. So, but if you would like to know more about this group, then go into your person that invited you here and talk to them, and then we'll show you how to get into this wonderful group that we have. So right now what's going to happen is we're going to stop the broadcast, but we stay on, and we're going to have our own little mastermind and learn what's going on for everybody, and there's a lot going on now, so it's very exciting. So so just get back to the person if you're very interested in this group. So, well, right now I'm going to stop. So say bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice day. Okay.